Welcome back to Switzer and Australia's Business Channel. It's been a rough couple of weeks for anyone playing the stock market, but as the old saying goes, buying gloom, selling boom. So can Rudi Filapek-Vandyck of FN Arena give us the courage to be a buyer when everyone wants to be a seller? Rudi, can you do it?
I'm not so sure I can do that.
That's not great leadership. You should say, I certainly can, Peter.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But anyway, I actually want to play a game with you.
Okay.
If that's okay.
Yeah.
Do you think that's okay?
It's my show, but
yeah, well, I thought I'll just throw in some unexpected game playing.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to tell you how the game is called.
Yeah.
Because I just had a quick chat with the ladies at the back, and they actually can do what I'm about to ask them.
Okay, fine.
I would like to see a price chart of ardent leisure.
Okay.
And I'm hoping we get, obviously we get the price chart.
We're hoping that the people...
Yeah, that's going to be ready today.
Okay. And Ardent Leisure, we've had the CEO on our show probably a year or so ago.
And I remember before you said like, oh, Rudi talks all about your stock all the time. And I did mention Ardent Leisure quite a few times in the past. Anyway, the game is called Find the Correction.
Find the Correction. Okay.
But then obviously...
Yeah. I think the game is Find the Chart.
Find the chart, I know.
Okay.
Anyway, if you look, the idea is, if you look at the price chart of Ardent Leisure, you will be hard-pressed to find the correction.
Yeah.
Right?
So you're saying this is a company that has avoided any correction.
Listen, if this is the only company you had in your portfolio,
really?
Which is not advisable,
Bingo.
Well, there you go.
So it's gone sideways, but...
Find the correction.
No.
I mean, there it is, right?
No correction.
I mean,
so one stock doesn't equal the stock market.
That's true. But also, let's take another one.
Okay.
CSL.
CSL.
Okay, let's do
another one we tipped here. And I was criticised by one of our viewers because when she started seeing the stock market come down because of the dollar thing, she said, yeah, what all these companies are supposed to do very well. Well, CSL has killed them, hasn't it?
Well, there it is. Right?
Big rise and gone sideways.
So where
the good companies are going sideways during the tough times, aren't they?
If you have CSL in the portfolio, you go like, who's afraid of the correction?
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I mean, I can do another one if you want.
Well, yeah, let's do Amcor. It's another one we tipped around here. Got Amcor girls in the back?
Amcor's
girls in the back.
Amcor's actually really a funny one because I get so many commentators who don't see it. And the other thing with Amcor is, you know where it goes down there? Yeah. That's basically when Aurora is taking out of the share price. Yeah. So it's not really going down. It's just another part of the business is taken out of the price, and afterwards it just recovers. So Amcor is one of those stocks as well. Everyone goes like, I do not understand what you see in Amcor already. You go like, well, look at the price chart. That's what I see in Amcor.
But why BHP?
Ah, that's a funny one. If you now show BHP...
I'm sure as you call them, the girls in the back can get...
Then you have, look, there is your correction.
There's a correction.
See?
Yeah.
And the funny thing is that this is a stock where just about everyone in the market says staple stock for every portfolio. Yeah? And the stocks I just mentioned are rarely mentioned by people. Maybe CSL a little bit more, but people wouldn't. But people necessarily don't go. You should have Ardent Leisure or Amcor or Invocare. I mean, but Invocare is one of those stocks as well. Yeah. Anyway,
the point you're making.
The point I'm making here is the point I was trying to make over the past 3 years as well, because that's why I talk under the all-weather performance. Is that not every stock in the share market is the same, and the value of a lot of those stocks which I've been talking about over the past 3 years has again proven itself during these turbulent times we have right now. Like, I'm not going to put my hand on the block and saying they will never, ever, ever have any weakness, but there is I use BHP as a prime example. BHP has responded like a lot of stocks in the market have. They just went down, essentially, and they hopefully found the bottom. Those other stocks, which I have talked about extensively in the past 3 years, I mean, you would be hard-pressed to find that same weakness in those. So the message here is, a good portfolio is not necessarily only that type of stocks, but that should be your backbone.
Yeah,
and then you also at night. If your portfolio only consists out of BHP, Rio, Newcrest, Leighton Holdings, and a bunch of
the 4 banks,
and a bunch of mining service providers, you will be sweating in your bed. But if you have a carefully constructed portfolio and it has a backbone of all-weather performers, you sleep a lot more better at night.
Yeah, but the point is that, you know, as I always say, I think you should have 20 stocks in your portfolio. I know some people say 10. I like 5% exposure to any one company.
Whatever you feel comfortable with,
But
yes.
I also think that chart on BHP, Rudy,
Yes.
shows people that when it drops, that's a good time to buy BHP.
That's true.
You ride it back up.
Well, the thing is,
We pushed it when it was
the
32.
only time since 2006, the only time that it was a good time to buy BHP was after the drops, because every other time, I mean, the easiest way to look at BHP, it's now mid-30s. In 2009 it was mid-30s, and in 2006 it was mid-30s. So 80% of people who bought BHP not after the dips are probably not sitting on a profit.
Happy. But also the point we made when it was around 32, it was showing about a 4% dividend yield.
And that tends to be traditionally. Here's an interesting tidbit I picked up this week, and this is again shows the value of what BHP brings to the table in comparison to other mining stocks. I have yet to see the first analyst who takes into account or projects a cut in BHP's dividend. Hasn't happened, and I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. Despite the weakness in oil price, despite the weakness in copper price, despite the weakness in coal price, and despite the weakness in iron ore. However, there are a few analysts that are speculating, you could call them because it's a projection, that Rio may have to cut their dividends next year, not this year, next year. And not by much, but there is a difference, see? There's a difference that BHP, nobody goes there at the moment, and there are people are speculating, obviously because there's a lot more iron ore there at Rio's time.
But Rudy, just take
It won't be spectacular in
but
cuts.
let's take BHP.
Yes.
Sure, they've lost out on the price of iron ore.
Yes.
But they are going to be getting more valuable US dollars, which will convert into more Australian dollars, won't they? Because
Yes, but I think
one does not set the other.
No.
But we also do know that they're going to have a supply advantage. They're probably going to sell more as a lot of these smaller miners drop out. So could the market be excessively negative on BHP, given, and also part of it is the China story. If China actually ends up growing a bit faster than we'll expect,
it's possible, but it's also the alternative is also possible. I think, and that's why I have been predominantly cautious, if not negative, on BHP over the years past.
Yeah. Except when it was 32. I remember that.
Yes, exactly.
You came in and you actually were positive on BHP.
When I said 4% dividend yield, and exactly, and it's fully franked, by the way. Don't forget that.
Yeah. Love the fully franked.
And I've been saying for a while, I think, and that goes for every company. If your product price is dropping, it's very difficult to make profits. Or no, that's not true. I'm formulating it in the wrong way. It's very difficult to grow your profits because BHP will remain profitable. There's no doubt about that. Yeah. So I've been saying for a while, if you recognize that is the time and the era that the sector's moving in, then you invest in BHP for the cash flows. And the cash flows were always going to be there and always very strong. Because people also forget that a BHP board can decide, listen, we projected we're going to spend $3 or $4 billion, but you're going to cut it in half. All of a sudden you have $2 billion which you haven't spent.
Yeah. A mine gets closed for a while.
Exactly, that's what those guys do. That's why also I've been saying you buy BHP as close as possible to the 4% dividend yield, because even if it goes back constantly to that point and you haven't really the 4% plus the franking, that's what you have at the end of the day.
And also the old line, buying gloom, and this is a gloomy time for BHP.
In particular when they go to those support levels, exactly.
Good companies during gloom.
Yes.
All right, now we're heading up for an ad break.
Yes.
And we're actually keeping Rudi on because people have complained that I haven't given him a long enough time and I interrupt too much. And so we're going to let him stay and we're bringing him back after the ad break. Back